What up, what up, what up? You already know what time it is. It's your favorite host in the world. It's Mazee Santana. And welcome back to another exclusive interview with the season premiere 1 hour talk with Mazee. Tonight, my guest on the show, she's been in 2 reality shows. She's a serial entrepreneur, a model, and she has a podcast called, Doll's World. And she says she's the baddest out of the baddest. So tonight, we're going to figure out exactly why she says she's the baddest. You want to know why? Well, tonight I'm interviewing African Doll.
What's up, y'all? Y'all already know who it is. Y'all already know what time it is. It's the biggest doll. The biggest West African Barbie doll. The doll that you can play with. You cannot play with her, okay? Not the one you can play with.
Absolutely. How you feeling?
I'm feeling fantastic, Mazee. Yeah. Thank you for having me.
No doubt. Yes. You in the hot seat. Welcome to 1 hour talk with Mazee.
Hey.
We're going to get into all of the exclusives tonight.
Oh gosh, let's do it. I'm ready for it.
That part. So I kind of want to just jump right into your interview. I mentioned the reality shows.
Yeah.
I know one was like Models in the City, right?
Yes.
And then the other one was Side Chicks of Charlotte.
Yes.
Give me a rundown on that.
Well, Models in the City, I did Models in the City when I was actually in my model career days. I was traveling from state to state, California, LA, Miami, New York, all over. And right now, Models in the City is on Amazon, and it's on Tubi as well. But yeah, I love Models in the City. It was a great experience, gave me more experience within the modeling industry, met more people, networking as well. And it was something great that I'm glad that I got into part of my credentials of my platform. Now, I am a partial retired model, but I'm not all the way, retired, because I do step out once in a while like Tyra Banks do, and, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, it's awesome. And if there's a modeling show out there, your girl can do your thing, because, I'm a little thick now. I'm not a little petite anymore. I'm a little thick. So, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I love it. I model for my clothing line. So I do most of the modeling for my clothing line right now. For my boutique, it's called The Foreign Closet. Make sure y'all follow that. The Foreign Closet on Instagram. On Facebook, it's The Foreign Closet. Just The Foreign Closet, regular. But, yeah, it gives me more experience with fashion. Like I said, networking, and everything else within the beauty industry that I love. Now, the real Side Chicks of Charlotte was, oh my gosh, that was a whirlwind experience for me as well.
Were you a side chick?
At that time in my life, I did not know that I was a side chick. Honestly, I'm going to be real with you. I was not a side chick within myself mentally and physically in knowing. But when I found out after the filming and everything that I found out, so let me keep it real. At the time of my career with the Side Chicks of Charlotte, which was 2014, 2015, at that time, I was dating a guy, and I didn't know that he had situations, and I was supposed to be top wifey, and I wasn't. We was living together. We was doing, the whole family thing together, and I never knew that within my filming career. But long story short, he took a bid. Some reason, I don't like bad boys no more. I don't do those, D-boys and all this, no more. But yeah, I found out after that he had other situations. So when the show came out, I felt like, damn, I was actually living my reality without faking, it wasn't no fake, it wasn't scripted or anything. I was living my reality because I was beating bitches up on a regular. You know what I'm saying? I was pulling up on bitches, busting windows. I was pulling up on bitches damn, with that toxic, stupid shit. At that age, I was very young and dumb. So, yeah, I can say at that time I was a side chick, and I did not know I was a side chick.
Well, let me say this, though. So, taking on this show, and we all know the title, The Real Side Chicks of Charlotte. Mm-hmm. So, do you think that a female couldn't take on this show unless they were a side chick? Because, you have the Real Housewives of LA and, things like that. So if you're not a side chick, I don't think it would be mathing if you're not a side chick.
I don't even, like I said, Mazee, I did not even know I was a side chick. I was just, creating the aspect of, you better be careful what you create. That's the truth. And I did not know, but like you said, you should not. You should have experience. I'll say you must have experience at least, or know some part of being a side chick. Because even on the show, dealing with whom I was dealing with, and him trying to talk with every girl that I was friends with, it was kind of like my reality that I was living in. I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy. Because old dude be trying to talk to somebody that I'm friends with or doing their hair, and I'm getting calls like, your nigga's trying to talk to me. You better get that nigga in his damn fast. I'm like...
So you would bring women around him?
I wouldn't bring women around me. It's just women that I was with. It's just friends. Yeah, friends that I was with. And
so you would bring them around him?
Yeah, and he would see us together, and he'd be like... I guess, how some men be like with that extra long eye, like... and then when I leave, he'll hit them up in the DM like, you know what I'm saying, let's go out to eat. But one thing about some of these bitches, there was some real ones and there was some fake ones, because the fake ones went out and sat down and, I can't talk to you because you're a doll's man. But bitch, you shouldn't have been there in the first place. You know what I'm saying? My real bitches in LA, when we had real side chicks, because we had real side chicks in Charlotte, real side chicks in LA, Miami. So it became a franchise, which, the franchise is no longer, but you know what I'm saying? And then it went to coming up Miami. But when it went to LA, I actually missed my flight for LA, because when I got that call and they was filming LA, that shit had your girl on 10. But you know what? It was God that made me miss my flight, because I probably would have did some damage up in LA. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, my girl calling me, she's like, yo, this nigga up here, damn, like, for real big pimping shit, like, you know what I'm saying, trying to get me to be in the bed with him, trying to get this one to be, and that's not the type of man I like. That's not the type of man that I need, After all of that trauma with the real side chicks in Charlotte, I took a step back, because, and even when old dude came out of jail, he tried to come back and all that bullshit. Yeah, I let the toxic nigga ass back, Because
at this point, you toxic.
At that point, I'm toxic. I didn't know any damn better.
Yeah, because my question to you would be like, okay, so taking the show, you didn't know you was.
I didn't know I was
a side chick.
I didn't know I was a
But
side
then you
chick.
found out that you were a side chick.
Yes.
You stayed with the show.
Yes.
And you stayed with him.
Yes.
Why?
I stayed with the show. I didn't stay with him. I left him. But he came and he hunted me down. He hunted me down. You know what I'm saying? That nigga went from this place to that place to this place to that place. They're asking this person, yo, bruh. And he finally found me. Got to my door, got on the knees. You know what I'm saying? I'm a sucker for love, and I know more like that.
The nigga ain't get on his knees.
Nigga got on his knees crying and begging, please forgive me. That damn freaking Marvin Gaye damn jealous that one. I'm like, oh God, Jesus, help me. My soft cancer ass. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? So at that time, I'm not going to say I didn't know my worth, but I did not know my worth. Okay.
What you tell that nigga? Get up off your knees and eat this pussy.
I said, you know what? You a fucking toxic ass nigga. I can't stand your motherfucker. Like, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was kind of like that Jody and freaking damn, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yvette situation, that baby boy shit. I'm not into that shit no more. I don't want no niggas out there like that no more. And that's why we're going to talk about that conversation. We're going to go on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, all that is done. There's nothing allowed, permitted, nothing like that no more over here. We don't do that. We're not doing that.
Wow.
The real side chicks of Charlotte opened my eyes, taught me experience. You know what I'm saying? They actually give me the facts of reality that you got to be careful what you're manifesting.
That part.
You have to.
Yeah, because what you put out in the universe,
that's what it's going to
it boomerangs back.
Yes.
Now, with the show Side Chicks of Charlotte, what about all the other women that was up there? Were they really side chicks? How did you get along with them?
Oh, wow. I had to beat a couple of asses because a lot of girls didn't like me. It was few girls that we got along, but some didn't like me. I'm not going to say any names because they're, a non-motherfucking factor. You already know. But, yeah, I had to shake the table a few times, wake the table up, a couple of times and smack a bitch, If I got to do it, I'm going to do it. Because I stand up for my respect. That's one thing about me. I am 100% 10 toes down on my respect. You're not going to disrespect me. I'm very cool. I'm very calm. I'm a sweetheart. I'm very loving. I'm giving. I'm a nurturer. I'm a healer.
Right.
But when you disrespect me and you keep disrespecting me, you have my name on the blogs and here and there, you're going to get what you're asking for. You have to understand, I'm from West Africa, Liberia. Okay, they talk about throwing spears. We throw them hands for real, for real.
That part.
Like, I mean, for real, on God. No joke.
So how did you get introduced to the show?
Oh, wow. This is so cute and so funny. You know, my personality is me being me. It was, it was a Jack Thriller premiere of The Real Side Chicks season 2. And I was a stylist of one of the girls on the show. And she was so nervous because at that time she didn't have much confidence. Mm-hmm. She didn't. She needed me to boost her. She needed me to amplify her because, I'm a bad bitch. I bring that energy. You know what I'm saying? We walk in there. She's all timid. Yeah. I take over the whole show. I'm in the front, in the front row in the audience. But she's actually a cast member. So basically, I'm picked out like I want her. She's got to be on the show. She's that girl. I like her personality. I like her beauty. I like her energy. I like her charisma. She's got to bring on. She's going to turn the show up. And that's exactly what I did. I turned the show up. They didn't know me from Jack. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? And talked to producers. And I was on the show. And it was history from there. And Real Side Chicks is history in a credential book today.
So which show did you like better? Because you speak very highly of the Side Chicks show. But what about the Models in the City?
I speak highly of the Side Chicks show because I feel like it partially put me on a platform. Partially. And Models in the City put me on the platform as well. But at that time, Models in the City did not have the networking and the credentials as far as on a bigger platform. On a bigger network when I did Models in the City. It gave me the experience within the fashion industry and stuff like that. But
right.
It didn't, push my career to the point that I needed to push my career. So realistically, it's all good, Models in the City. I appreciate you. If you need me to come on Amazon again and take over them, them little bras, and I can take over with this big booty and this pretty shape because I ain't skinny no more. But, it put me in a different setting, and it's not something that I'm going to say, oh, I'm proud of being a Side Chicks. No, that is not something that I'm taking on with me for the rest of my life. Even though my son right now, he can look up and he can see that I was on Real Side Chicks in Charlotte. It's on my platform, but it's not something that I'm embarrassed of because it's just part of my truth.
Now, it seemed like it seemed like the Side Chicks of Charlotte kind of molded you.
Yeah,
a little bit, to who you are now.
It did.
But the Models in the City, were you not this size when you did that show?
The Models in the City, I was very small. I was a size 0.
What? I mean, don't they look for that for models?
I know.
They don't want you too thick.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. I was a size 0. I was small. I was petite. Yeah. And Models in the City molded me as well. Like I said, it did. Look at me. Look at her. You know what I'm saying? I can walk any runway right now as thick as I am. And eventually I end up being a full-figure model. I can walk any runway, Victoria's Secret model, and I can walk any runway. So it hasn't left me. It did mold me as well. And it did make me the woman that I am right now.
Facts. So let's take it back. Okay. Let's stick a fork in the reality shows. Let's take it back to who is African Doll. We know how you got your name because you are from Liberia. You feel what I'm saying? So we know you from West Africa now. But let's talk about the childhood, you coming up. A size 0.
I was a size 0.
You feel what I'm saying? So high school, what was that like for you?
High school, I was a 0 to 3. High school, I won best dress in high school.
Okay.
I've always been a fashionista. I've always loved fashion. High school was great for me. I had A on the roads. I was a scholar. I'm very intelligent. I graduated at the age of 16. I'm 39 right now. Mm-hmm. I graduated at the age of 16. And, the name African Doll derived because, like I said, I am West African Liberian. And I stand on that and I represent that. I feel like I am an natural, beautiful queen, a goddess from Africa. And I'm a Barbie doll within itself. Not the one you can play with, though. And I inhabited that within my business. That's why I have African Doll Hair, which is my salon. Yes. So I took the name and I trademarked the name. That's why I see a lot of people, copying the name, but they don't understand that name has been trademarked. You know what I'm saying? I went ahead and did everything I needed to do, and we're taking it along. African doll hair. We got the foreign closet, because I am a foreign doll.
Right.
Doll's World. It's all part of, the brand.
So when you think about, because you in high school you said you won best dress in high school. So when you think about popularity, because a lot of people that come on this show, when I ask them about high school, they feel like it doesn't define them anymore. But I feel like high school supposed to define who you are now, because we never know who you were in high school.
Yeah.
Now, were you popular in high school? Where did you attend high school?
I went to Salisbury High.
Shout out to Salisbury.
Shout out to Salisbury. I'm from the home of Stunner Vegas.
Stunner Vegas.
Yes, Jalen, who plays for the Florida Gators.
Okay.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of stars coming out of there. I don't live in Salisbury no more, but I derived from Salisbury, North Carolina originally.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was popular in Salisbury. I was most hated by the girls. It seems like the girls always hate me because of, I think it's how I carry myself.
Is that a reason why females always say they hang with men mostly?
Yes. Honestly, for me it is.
You got to walk me through that in your perspective.
From my perspective, I have a lot of male friends, but I have boundaries. We don't, is not as close as that. But I have a lot of male friends than female friends, because male friends really, they mentally put you in the right direction. Female friends are haters. A lot of female friends. I have never kept a female friend since I was young. I have never. I have always lost a female friend. I have never, since I was a little girl, I have never kept to say I have a best friend now. Never. They always find a reason, be like, I don't want to be friends with you no more. You think you're this, you're not, you're too selfish, you're this. Like, bitch, damn.
They intimidated by you.
And that's what I feel like, but I don't say that.
Well,
I just let them go.
Now, do you give off this type of aura around them?
I have a very strong personality. I walk in and I take over anything.
So you don't feel like that you have to tone this aura down?
I'm not going to tone it down. I should not dim my light for anyone. I feel like you should accept me just like I love you and accept you for who you are. Why should I dim my light to become somebody else that I'm not? I can't. That's not part of who I am. So, a lot of them felt like I took over everything. If they invited me on something or to something, I would take over the show. You know what I'm saying? They'll feel smaller than I am.
Right.
But really and realistically, we're all, in our own aspect of higher or wherever we want to be at. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I'm better than anybody. I just feel like I'm a goddess on my throne. And I'm going to stay on my throne. I put myself on a pedestal because no one can love you like you love you. No one can pour into you like you pour into you. It's a lot of women out here looking for people to make them feel this way or make them feel that way. But it starts with you yourself. You have to feel like who you really want to feel. You cannot be looking at somebody else trying to be that person. You know what I'm saying? Be who you are naturally inside. Let it come from inside. Like the part of manifestation. You have to breathe from that navel, from that gut in, and bring it in and bring it out. And let the belly rise. Bring it from inside and let it shine out. Don't let it dim because somebody feel like, oh, you're doing too much. You're doing this. I am more than enough. And I'm going to always be more than enough.
Yeah. You got siblings?
I have siblings. I'm the baby of 5. I'm the baby of 5 children. My mother had 5 children. And 2 has passed away. May their soul rest in peace. And I'm the most ambitious of 5. I'm the most one who loves money the most, who wants to be big the most, who wants everything that is not. I'm that woman that I'm not like, how can I say, when I accomplish one thing, I'm not satisfied.
You move on to the next one.
I gotta go on to the next one.
Yeah.
I accomplished one thing, I'm not satisfied. I gotta go on to the next one. I'm that person in my family. And I have a very big family, but I am the most ambitious of my family. I am. I see it as that.
So so did you grow up with your mom and father?
I grew up with my mother and my father, and I think that was some of the problem. Let me say that when I came to picking men in my early age. Because, my future husband might see this, and I hope this doesn't make you feel like I have abandonment issues, because I have handled and I have healed. But I was abandoned by my father when I was 5. He left, because he was a womanizer, like the men that I chose earlier in my days. So, when I came into those type of men, I didn't see that. I was looking for that. And I think that was some of the reason why I took old buddy back. Because I wanted that. I didn't want to feel abandoned anymore. You know what I'm saying?
You took him back because he was on his knees.
Yes. I took him back. He was on his knees, and I did not want to feel abandoned anymore. I didn't want to feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like how my father did.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I came into reality of that, and I accepted that, and I healed with that.
Well, my thing is, okay, so maybe that is true. You know what I'm saying? Like females, they grow up without a father and they don't know how to choose wisely.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're dealing with narcissists, right? Definitely. So how do you know when you're dealing with a narcissist?
Honey, they belittle you. When I mean they belittle you, everything is your fault. There's nothing their fault. It's like you're the problem for everything, and they are the solution and the creators of the problem.
The narcissist is.
The narcissists are. You know what I'm saying? They are the common denominator. But when you're in a relationship with a narcissist as being the person that you are at that time, you're not even thinking about that. You're not even thinking about, oh, you're a narcissist. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're thinking about the fact, especially when you're at a certain mental space in life that I was then. Mm-hmm. You're like, I want a family. You know what I'm saying? I want a husband. I dated that man for 17 years.
Wow.
I dated that man for 17 years. So at that time, it's like I actually just let go of that man like 2.5 years ago. That's when I became, celibate and all that. But I dated him for 17 years. After him, I was just like, you know what? This pussy's going on lock. It's just been too much. It's
damn.
That shit went clink clink. So I did not understand that he was a narcissist. I understood partially because I had dreams. I'm a visionary. I'm an empath. I see things. I used to go to sleep, and this is crazy. I used to go to sleep, and I used to dream about this man cheating on me. I used to dream about this man cheating on me with certain women, and the women that he was cheating on me with, and I hate to say it, that I was manifesting in my own dreams. When I woke up, that's exactly what was going on.
You was having out-of-body experiences?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here.
I swear on God.
Out-of-body experiences.
I had visions. I had out-of-body experiences, and it was real. Everything that I was dreaming about with this man was real. I used to dream of days that I felt like the police was going to come kicking down the door, shit like that. I mean, it was real.
Well, let's talk about this because, oftentimes we always talk about men.
Yeah.
Men being narcissists.
Yeah.
Women can also be narcissists, right? Women. So, I mean, and then you're old enough at an age where you know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
Is it true that you had a threesome with this same guy?
I had a threesome with him. I think that gave him a leeway.
Well, hold it right there. You had a threesome with this guy. You brought another female in. Do you not think that you egged that on?
I did.
I took
accountability.
You took accountability of that.
Yeah, I took.
You take accountability right now when I was talking Mazee?
Accountability right now on Mazee podcast, and I took accountability within my healing process.
So, with you bringing this, so let's backtrack. What was it that made you? Well, whose idea was it to bring another female in?
I'm bisexual.
Oh, well, there it is, right there. That's your sexuality.
I actually stopped dating men and women. When I stopped dating, I stopped having sex with men and women. But I've always liked women. I you know what I'm saying? I find women very beautiful. Not all women, but, I have a certain type of women that I find beautiful.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel women are goddesses, certain women are goddesses. And at that time, I was in my era of, liking what I like. And, him being the type of man that he is, and I didn't know that, he was okay with me liking what I like and wanting to do what I wanted to do and not knowing that he had intentions of his own, So you brought this other female in. Can you walk me through the story that happened? When everything that happened, like with this story, this the night that you brought this female in up until
when you knew that he was still fucking her?
I mean, we did what we did. We had fun. It was someone that, you know what I'm saying, that I knew and I was, you know, cool with and stuff like that.
Right.
Brought in and, you know, have fun and did what we do. But at the same time, it was secrecy behind my back. It was, you know, meeting ups and other things behind my back that I was not aware of. Mm-hmm. So it became a relationship with those two as well. Yeah.
See, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
See, the reason why I don't understand that is because you are the baddest of the baddest.
The baddest of
you
the
are
baddest.
the African doll.
Yeah.
You feel me? So you brought another female in to destruct your relationship that you had with the narcissist. We're going to call him the narcissist on the show, right?
We're going to call him that.
Right. But at the end of the day, like, I don't know what you were thinking bringing another female in, knowing that this guy was a narcissist, but you didn't know at the moment. I don't understand how you missed the red flags.
I don't know either.
I guess it was just that good for you.
Honey, I was blinded. I was blinded in that era.
Right. But at the end of the day, like, did you not think... Matter of fact, the better question would be, what was wrong with you that you feel like that this guy...
enough? That I felt like I wasn't enough at that time?
I mean...
Because I had feelings of what I was afraid of, and I did create that aspect of damage. I did.
Well, it just wasn't with him. It just wasn't with her. You called him a CD, a community dick,
He
right?
was a community dick.
Right. So at the end of the day, like, again, I asked you this question and see if you can fill it out for me. What do you think was wrong with you, and it wasn't enough that you had for him that he had to go out and fuck all these other women?
It wasn't me. I don't think it was me because I'm very sexual. I'm a nympho. I'm a nympho in bed.
But he just didn't want you.
He didn't want me because it wasn't. He was just that type of person that he didn't want one woman. I mean, I do everything in the bed. I can't even go. I don't know if you want me to. I mean, everything: the anal, the handcuffs, the gag.
Why do you think men? Why do you think men cheat? And the reason why I ask you this, why you think men cheat, is because, my opinion, I feel like men cheat because when they feel like they can't be with one woman, I feel like because one woman can't satisfy their every desire. Now, why do you think he cheated if he was having everybody that he wanted?
I think he cheated because of the fact that he was just greedy. It was just greed. It wasn't about satisfaction. Because I can suck your dick from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. I can wash your clothes, provide for you, take care of you, nurture you, do everything that I'm supposed to do as a woman.
And it's still not enough.
Be empathetic as a mother is not enough. I just think men cheat. When a man wants to cheat, he's going to cheat.
What about Go ahead.
It doesn't matter what platform or what standards or who you are. I feel like men cheat. That's just it. When a man wants to cheat, he's going to cheat. If a man feel like he can cheat and get away with it, he can. And he will. And when a woman does as well, yes, he was partially part, you know what I'm saying, some type of karma a little bit, you know what I'm saying, because when a woman, because, you know, I had my pieces and bits in my early days, but I can't really count that.
You cheated on him.
I can't really count that in my early days, you know what I'm saying? But it was with females, and I think that's why I made a decision to implement that into the situation. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, okay, I can't, you know what I'm saying? Let me stop doing that. Let me just go ahead, you know what I'm saying? Make it a little spontaneous and stuff like that. You know, let's spice it up. But men cheat, women cheat. If anybody wants to cheat, they can cheat. It's not about being happy. It's not about being satisfied. It's greed.
Who do it better, women or men? Tell it like it is, honestly, African dog.
I love dick. I love men. And I love women because I like to get myself, you know, pleasurized.
Right.
And, you know what I'm saying? But if my man, this is the thing. If my man can give me good head, all right, on top of everything else, and we're just talking sexually. Mm-hmm. If he can just give me, if he can give me good head, because it's the head that makes me go other ways. You know what I'm saying? It's the head that makes me go to the women. It's the head and the sexuality and stuff like that that makes me go to the women. So, you know, now that I am older, I tend to do different things. You know what I'm saying? Implement more and more, you know, sexual extra things within there. You know, put the grrr in there, you know what I'm saying, let it vibrate. But it's me. I need a man that can give me good head if it comes to the sexual aspect.
And you only
on top of the dick.
And you only feel like a woman knows that part.
Well,
when it comes to what you just did, what was that sound again?
He wasn't giving me good head.
What was that sound again?
The battery to be in the put. Be like,
but see, here's the thing, dog. Here's the thing. Okay, so when women cheat, right?
Yeah.
Because a woman could be in a relationship, like you said, with a narcissist, right?
Yeah.
Y'all in a relationship, but it's routine.
Yeah.
Okay, the nigga still want to hit it from the side every morning.
No.
You already know what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
You already know what move he's gonna put on.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, this is just so the same shit, traditional, right? Until you meet this guy. This guy might work at McDonald's. You feel what I'm saying? But this one guy at McDonald's, he gonna hit that spot every time. But you don't want to be with him. But guess what though? You gonna fuck that nigga because you know he gonna hit that spot every time, and then you gonna go home with your nigga and love your nigga better, but you still cheating.
Some women do, but not McDonald's though. I'm sorry. I like money.
So you discriminate on different jobs? I'm not
discriminating on different jobs, but at the same time, I'm not gonna take your income cannot do is okay, if we're just talking about the sexual aspect. Okay, if this just I wouldn't. Honestly, I wouldn't. If I was in a relationship and I wasn't happy, I would spice things up. I wouldn't even do none of that. At this point in time in my life, we're going to do some extra spontaneous shit.
No. You wouldn't fuck a nigga that work at McDonald's?
No.
What was your first job?
My first job wasn't McDonald's.
So
but I was 16.
How can you forget about where you came from?
But I was 15, 16 years old. I was a young girl. I'm a grown-ass woman that is fully established right now. I cannot fuck a little boy from McDonald's or a man from McDonald's no matter how big the dick is or no matter how good they can sex me.
Why? Why wouldn't you fuck a nigga from McDonald's?
You're just not on my criteria. You're not in my spiritual level. You're not in my energetic level. You're not. And it's just what it is.
Wow.
It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to say that you're going to be at McDonald's for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? Your mental space and your mentality might grow a year from two because everybody has goals. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna have to see me when you get to the level, the next level, because I'm gonna be taking part of my spirituality, part of my energy that is on. You know what I'm saying? On a certain level that cannot go down.
Wow, I'm sorry.
I'm just sorry. It's not, it's just, you're still building. You're still building. You're still, you know what I'm saying, trying to find yourself. You're probably in school or you're probably trying to find your career.
So you don't believe in building with a man? Or you feel like a man already got to be built to fuck with you?
At this point, I have built by myself. I have been left to build by myself. So I feel like a man coming along now, he has to be established. We have to be able to grow and build what we have. I seen something on Facebook the other day talking about power couple. Okay, I need you to come with your own individual life being established. As mine is already established. And I need us to put this together and become even more established and build an even bigger legacy. Because if I'm trying to help you grow, it's taken away from me. It is. It's going to drain me because I can nurture you. I can heal you. I can do all of that and I can support you. But I feel like I built this from the mud by myself. So why should I have a man to come in that is still trying to figure out himself? I feel like a man that is coming in, I need you to at least, partially be established. Got this shit together. Know what the next level is. Know what your goal is. Know how you're going to get there. You know what I'm saying? I need somebody to stimulate my mental as well. I'm not trying to be the one to be stimulating your mental all the time. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Oh, baby, you got this. You do got this shit. Because you've been had this shit and you're going to keep having this shit. We're going to get this shit together. You know what I'm saying? Mazee, I was left to do this shit by myself. So it's no empathy on saying that I should be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you so cute. You so fine. You good. You a good. Look, I had 3 children. I have 3 children. One passed away. And at that time, I'm coming back to the subject we just talked about. But at that time, when I got my heart broken by the narcissist and all that, my baby daddy just passed away in 2023. That's when I just left Odu again. But I've been left by 2 fathers, my 2 younger children. The first one passed away. I have no sympathy for a man to say that I'm about to put myself and pour all of me that I have had to heal, I have to grow, I had to implement, invest. You understand what I'm saying? I need you to come and meet me at my table and let's make this table bigger. You know, the legacy have already been building. It's already building. I do this. I invest in myself. I do everything for myself. I don't have OnlyFans. I don't have these niggas tricking on me. All this shit is all me. All this shit. I can go in the motherfucking store and buy Dior. I can buy Chanel if I want it. All on me. So you come and eat, have bread. I'm going to have to take some of this shit. And then I'm going to have to put... I got motherfucking kids. My son about to graduate college next year. You feel me? Like... what the fuck?
But all this shit is just glamour, though, dog.
All this shit is materialistic shit, but at the same time, internally, it's all part of... okay, it is materialistic things. Money is very important. You can't do nothing without money in life.
It's currency.
It's currency,
it's the American way.
You don't want to be broke and you don't want to be poor.
Of course not.
Baby, you don't. Like, it's currency, but at the same time, people don't like poor or broke people. That's just reality. The world don't like broke people. The world don't like poor people. And that's just facts. It's not saying that anybody's better than the next person. It's just saying that I'm going to need you to build. I'm going to need you to work on you. I'm going to need you to work hard. And I'm going to need you to do what you got to do. If we meet up one day in life. But the man that I want, I need us to be having investments. I need businesses. I'm not trying to have another year trying to know. When I'm trying to invest in the next business, I need you to understand the implementation that I'm trying to damn create. I need you to see the vision. When you're trying to do your thing, I need to see your vision and know that your vision is going to grow and we're about to do this. We'll go to the bank. We'll get that money. We'll put it into it. That's, you know what I'm saying? It's not about being better. It's just about you coming from nothing and wanting more and knowing that you're not going to accept less.
And speaking on all of that, businesses and stuff that you put yourself on a pedestal.
I do.
You have a boutique. You are in medical school.
Yes.
You know, talk to me about that.
It's a lot. I have a lot on my table. I have a lot on my plate. You know, I own a salon, and my salon and my boutique is within each other. And you know, further in my nursing career, I'm doing a lot. You know, and this is just the beginning for me because I plan on extending, creating, you know, centers for women, you know, recovery centers. I don't want to give out too much because, you know, people like to take other people's ideas and stuff like that.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? So we're going to just speak bit by bit. But, you know, the goal within the beauty and fashion industry is because they both come together. A woman comes to a hair salon, she likes to come and look gorgeous. She wants to come and look gorgeous. She's been feeling tired, exhausted, overwhelmed with the kids, the family, whatever the hell it is. She's coming to get cute. She's coming to get pretty. And then when she's in there, she sees all these pretty clothes. She buys an outfit. It makes her even more finer. She walks out of there, her hair done. She got a nice fit. She's ready to go slay the town. She's ready to go slut it up. Whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm here for. I heal my girls. I enhance their beauty. I make them feel extra special about themselves. Because, you know, I am who I am, but my job as a goddess is to empower other goddesses as well.
Touche. So let's get on your podcast. So you have Doll's World is your podcast. You took a brief break from that. But let me know and my audience know, like, how did you even get started on the platform, your own platform, where you feel like, you know what, I got a voice and I'm going to say this for everybody out here. It's Doll's World. Talk to me about that.
Doll's World started and came about because I was on my healing journey. And within my healing journey, you know, my spirituality, I'm very into my spiritual. I decided to make the light, let the light shine on people. Speaking to people, I can talk to anyone. I can go anywhere and I can converse with anyone. So Doll's Word is something that I decided that I should shine a light on others while shining the light on myself. You know what I'm saying? Because it became a process, and I did heal within that time. And I evolved within that time. And I met a lot of great spirits, a lot of great souls, and put a lot of people came on Dog's World and they went to a next level, like really, because we like I said, we shine a light, we make you understand what you're doing, who you are in depth, and I'm happy that I started Dog's World. I'm taking a break from Dog's World because from January, Dog's World started in January of this year. And I was doing Dog's World and I decided to take a break because, I got overwhelmed with so much on my plate. And me being, like I said, I'm only I'm I. Team is T, but there's I. I'm only I in this team. And this is why I'm such, guarded. I decided to take a break. I said, let me step back. I need to pour into myself. I recently, just became a lip filler esthetician. I'm going to be giving lip fillers. Stay tuned for that. Make sure you follow Foreign Doll Lips. Yes, on Instagram. And, I decided, I said, let me go ahead and finish out the rest of my goals for this year. Because I have a vision board. I had things that I had to get done with pouring into others as well. I had to pour back into myself. So, yeah, Doll's World will be back. January 2026. I'm excited. I am.
What type of guests do you look for on your show?
I look for guests that are, doing things, making movements, business owners, entrepreneurs, nurses, doctors. So we have all types of guests on our show. So it's celebrities, from celebrities to regular people. I had Pete Petrelli on there, producer of Coming Up Miami, producer of Real Satis of Charlotte. Yes, and he has a lot of movies. He has his book on Amazon. But yeah, I have a lot of guests. I had TB Funny. I had Bags a Million on there.
Shout out to TB Funny. What up, boy?
What's up, TB? Yes,
he recently
got married. Congratulations
again. That's my guy right there.
Yes, Bags a Million. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of guests on there. But I'm looking forward to new guests, new energy, new vibes, new censor. You know what I'm saying? New location, new everything.
No doubt.
So, yeah, it's going to be exciting. 2026 is going to be exciting. I'm preparing for 2026. I've been preparing for 2026 all year. But these few days I can say we have in 2025 is really step on my neck. I'm putting my own toes on my neck. You know how bitches be like, put the foot on their neck. Nah, fuck that bitch. I got a foot on my own neck.
Yeah.
It's pressure. I always put pressure on me. I'm my biggest motivator. You know what I'm saying? I'm my biggest criticizer. I criticize myself. I motivate myself because I know what I need to do better. I know how I need to do it because I don't listen to the outside noise.
Right.
It's me, myself, and I always.
Right. What type of music do you listen to?
Oh, my gosh.
Wouldn't that define who African Doll is, too?
I am. Okay, so Summer Walker. We got Cardi B. We got Moneybagg Yo. That's my playlist. We got Lil Baby. We got Gunna, my baby Gunna. But but yeah, you know what I'm saying. We got when we go to the R&B, we got Chris Brown. We got Usher. We got Neo. We got what I'm saying. I'm all types of music girl. And then you go into the what I'm saying. The rock and roll, you can give it to me. I'm ready for it.
So you all over?
I'm all over because I'm just that type of vibes. I don't blend in. I don't fit in. I just let it stand out and pop out.
Right. Do you do anything? Because I know you said it's kind of hard for you to remain friendships with a female. You rather
I know
hang with men.
I have some friends now.
Yeah, I know. You know what I'm saying? But majority of your friends probably is men. You know what I'm saying? But like.
I have few that are women that are in the industry. They're in the industry and I think the ones that I have now in the industry, they're not intimidated by me because, what I'm saying, they're doing things
like,
too.
Yeah, big things too.
But yeah.
And the reason why I asked you that, because it's like, is there anything that we can see in the future of African Doll doing anything with women empowerment?
I do women empowerment. I host a lot of women empowerment events, which is I attend women empowerment events. I do my podcast of women empowerment events. I love women. Just because I don't have friends or best friends, a lot of women friends, female friends, which is okay. You know, the most successful and powerful people don't have too many people around them. You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure. Absolutely.
You know, which is okay. That does not mean that, you know what I'm saying, I'm not all for women. I am all for women. So, yes, we are going to have some women empowerment coming up in 2026.
Dope.
Look forward to that. And I'm going to include you in that, Mazee. You have to be there. Yes, you are the guy. You are the man.com. But, yeah, we're going to... We're gonna have some women empowerment. Like, I'm all for women. I just don't like a hater. And my energy can spot a hater. My energy can feel a hater. Girls just, some women are like, you know what I'm saying? They love my vibe. They love my energy. And some women are like,
they hate the energy. They hate the vibe.
Ugh, bitch.
Yeah. Maybe because they feel like they can't be better than you. Or
you don't have to be better than me. Be better than yourself.
Only y'all can speak for women. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of it's like a loophole there where like women feel intimidated by other women only because either they're better than them, they're making more money than them, and I guess it's the same thing with men. It's the same exact thing, but that's dope that you do women empowerment because I feel like every woman should do something that's empowering their own, sex. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes. I have. Excuse, I didn't even mean to cut you off.
You good?
Every October, I just did breast cancer. That's part of women empowerment. I did breast cancer. Every October, I have a thing that I give away wigs. I do all the breast cancer survivors, remissions. I do all of the hair for free. You know what I'm saying? I empower women and bring them in my salon. I pray with them, talk to them, hear their story, and they leave feeling extra beautiful, extra gorgeous. You know, it's my women empowerment is in my platform of mine and, inhabiting and implementing.
Right.
So, yeah, I love the fact all women are goddesses. You have to know that you're a goddess. You have to know who you are. See, when a woman feels like she don't like the next woman, it's because she feels like the next woman is a competition.
That part.
Yes. She feels like the next woman is a competition. But there is no competition because we're all in our lane. The same way that I woke up, the same way that I put my own wig on, got my own pretty self together, I can do, you know what I'm saying, invest in myself, grow. Every woman has the opportunity to do the same. Just like men, you said, I don't feel like we should look at the next person. See, when you start looking at the next person, what they're doing, what they have, what they got going on, that becomes intimidating, competition, and hate.
And you get obsessed with it.
And you get obsessed. It becomes an obsession because you tend to keep looking at them and keep wondering, you know what I'm saying? But it shouldn't be like that. No. You become lost within yourself.
Right. The whole time you're losing focus of what your objective is.
That person is growing.
Mm-hmm.
The whole time you're focusing on that person, they're growing.
Mm-hmm. I feel like everybody, and this is why I say America, this is why I say this, and I want to constantly keep preaching this to my audience. Anybody that come up here, individuality.
Yes.
It's something that if you don't know what that means, go look it up. I'm not going to do your homework for you. Go look it up. Individuality is what you need to look for. You know what I'm saying? Especially the years is changing. 2025 went by quick.
Very quick.
Very quick. And if you was lost in the sauce, you got to go 2026. Now you got to figure it out again. What can I do this year?
Lord.
Yes, Lord. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to understand what is your purpose. Walk in your truth, walk in your purpose.
Yes.
And once you find that out and figure that out, then you will understand what you do. Now, I will ask you this because it comes a part of the show where I ask you this. I do want to have you give me some inspirational words, not for only females, but for male, but for everybody that's watching this right now. I need for you to give me some encouragement words. But after you answer that question, here's a follow-up question, and make sure you get this. I want to know what makes you the baddest of the baddest.
Okay. Some inspirational words I'll say for myself that has worked for me. I'm unbreakable. No matter what circumstances has hit you in life, no matter where you're at in life, you always have to think bigger. You always have to know that life can always get better. Life does not stay the same. If you want better, you're going to have better. You have to know your purpose. You have to follow within your purpose like you just said. You have to walk truly defining, understanding who you are, what the goal is for you in the future, what your destiny is, and what your destiny holds. We don't see the light of the tunnel, but you have to know that the light is brighter because that's what you visualize the light to be for you. So implement those steps for yourself. Get training, get classes, go to school, learn more, invest, whatever it is that you have to do for yourself to become a whole person within yourself. Love yourself. I've became to love me so much that people think I'm conceited, but I'm not conceited. I love me. You have to love yourself, because trying to find someone to love you and trying to find somebody to understand you and you don't understand yourself, you really become lost and transpire your souls with a lot of missing devilish beings on this earth. I should have said this first because my God is my everything. You make sure you keep God first. God, the universe, and if you're spiritual, that spirituality has to be strong. Mm-hmm. You have to keep your faith strong. When you give up, that's when God give up on you. Mm-hmm. But God does not give up on any one of us.
I had that faith of a mustard seed.
I'm telling you, that faith of a mustard seed can take you a far way. Because the mind is powerful. What it thinketh is part of your faith.
For sure.
When you think you're going to have this, you're going to have it. When you think bad thoughts, you're going to have bad thoughts. I talked with someone one time, and we was talking, and we always talk spiritually. He's like, the mind is so powerful. Besides the mind being powerful, we create problems for ourselves within our minds sometimes because of the thoughts that we think. So you have to always make sure you think positive. You create positive aspects. Things can be shaky no matter what it is. But you just know that you're going to come out on top because that's where you want to be. Whatever top that is for you, that's where you're going to be. So, like I said, don't give up. You can never give up. Tomorrow is always going to be brighter. I got kicked out by this ex. He spitted on me on life. The man spitted on me. I'm gonna just give a quick testimony. He kicked me out for the girl that he's with right now. Yes, at the same time that I lost my own son's father, 2023. He spitted on me and disgraced me in the neighborhood and told me that he didn't ever want to see me again. I have a child by him. It's my youngest son. And when I was leaving that house, God told me, he said, don't you ever look back. He said, I've been teaching you something for years, but you never listened to me. I have been showing you something for years, but you never listened to me. He said, but just watch how life is about to be. I left that man's house and I went and lived with my mother for about 6 months. I'm real. I lived with my mother for 6 months. After 6 months, I bought me and my children a condo. 6 months from there, I bought me and my children a Benz, a 2023 Benz. 2025 this year, I opened up 2 businesses. Life is not always going to be what you want it to be, but you have to think bigger. You have to want better for yourself, and you have to never give up. Because the minute that you say it's over, God forbid, it's never over for me. The minute that you say those words and you believe those words in your mind and in your head, that's when the devil take over and everything just scatter because you become even more confused on where you need to go. But when you have that faith of a mustard seed, and you're like, okay, all right, woman's trash, another man's treasure. What do I need to do for myself? Where do I need to go? How do I need to grow? How do I need to heal? Heal. Ladies, I'm going to come back. Heal. Healing is very important. I have watched so many souls at this age. I have had so many, I have had all types of men and women. But I have watched so many people interact with so many souls, moving from one soul to another, and not healing. Healing is very important because when you don't heal, you take that trauma on to the next one, and it creates trauma within that relationship or that situation or whatever it is, and that trauma goes on to that person. It's like it's like you just keep taking on, and just you have to break that pattern. You have to break that cycle. You have to heal. I took time out and heal. That's why I became celibate. It's not that I don't like men. It's not that I don't want sex. But it's because I decided to love me more. I decided to heal me more. I decided that I need to be more than enough for myself. I needed to grow into the person that I'm expecting somebody to pour into me. You know, if that wouldn't have happened, and I'm glad that it did, because it actually blessed me. Because when I was that person, I was not blessed. God couldn't give me a blessing. And if he give you that blessing, somebody else is going to take that, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I did it. You know what I'm saying? I left that man and I became blessed. So women, when we get hurt, when we go into traumatic situations or whatever situation it is, we have to take time and heal. Even for fellows, even for the men, we have to take time and heal. We have to get back in tune with ourselves. We have to get back in tune with our spirituality. You know what I'm saying? And being celibate has been one of the best things I have done. When I mean I have peace of mind, you see my skin glowing. I'm happy. I'm at peace. I'm ready for my future husband. I have built myself because I have healed. And I'm still healing. I'm not going to say like, oh, yeah, I'm full throttle all the way. You know what I'm saying? I'm still healing. It's some days that I look at my child that I had with this man and I don't get no support because he decided not to help him or take care of him because I didn't want to be with him after he did what he did to me. See, certain men want to treat you like shit and then want to come back and think that you're still going to open your legs because that's what I allowed before. You understand what I'm saying? So he thought that was going to be the situation. So with all that being said, me healing and being who I am and where I'm at right now, I'm grateful for what happened to me. I don't regret my past. We don't live in regrets, ladies or gentlemen. We don't live in regrets. We live in lessons because we turn lessons to blessings. Because if those lessons wouldn't have happened, you wouldn't have woke up to see how you can become who you need to become or whatever else aspect or where you need to go. You know, what makes African doll the baddest and the biggest? That was the question, right?
Yeah.
I am just who I am. I'm bigger than life. You know, some people say you think you're bigger than the program. I am the program. I am. I'm a manifester. I'm a healer. You know what I'm saying? I'm that person that what my mind thinks is what I create. Every aspect. That's why I feel like a lot of people cannot understand my energy and handle my energy because my energy is very strong. I'm pretty sure you feel it. It's very strong. You know what I'm saying? But what makes me the biggest and the baddest? I want so much more in life. It's not that I'm never satisfied. It's just that I want a legacy. I come from Africa and I come from nothing. I had nothing growing up. I didn't come from a silver spoon. I didn't grow up with a silver spoon. I didn't grow up with a mom and dad that was rich. You know, I grew up wearing hand-me-downs. I got my first job when I was 14 years old in McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? So I know how to get it. I'm very ambitious. You know, I don't compare myself to anyone because my destiny is my destiny and what I want for my life is what I'm going to have. And that's the fact. What makes African doll hair even more the biggest and baddest? My children are going to have everything that I'm building, which is part of my legacy. I don't do this for clout. That's why I leave and I come back. You know what I'm saying? If I'm on there, I'm there for a reason. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us get paid, but at the same time, I'm there for a reason. This is not for clout. This is for generational wealth. This is to make sure that my daughter, which I have one girl, that she sees me and she sees me every day. And she knows like, damn, when I was young, mama was a hustling ass bitch. I'm trying to tell you, mama will leave the damn hospital. She'll go over here to the damn salon. She'll be over here at this one. I'm a go-getter. I am. I don't sell my cat. I don't, like I said, I don't do the OnlyFans. Then not no knocking of no OnlyFans, nothing. But I feel like my millions and my billions are going to come in time. But it's not going to come with me selling my soul. I have self-worth. I have a lot of morals. I have a lot of pride within myself. You know what I'm saying? And I have an older son as well. A 21-year-old. You know? So I have children, I have family that are depending on me. I have people that are looking up to me. I have family back home that are looking up to me, waiting for me to send them money, waiting for me to help take care of them. So, yeah, I am the biggest and the baddest because I feel like nobody can do what I do. Nobody can walk in my shoes that I have walked in. Even if they try to walk in my shoes or create that, you'll be asking for the wrong thing because that karma is not good. The karma that I went through was not a good karma, and I rose out the ashes. I'm a phoenix. I am. I'm a real live phoenix, and I'm a beautiful phoenix. I don't hide. This is the first time I'm actually speaking all of this with you. I don't hide who I am. I'm very open. I'm very secure. I'm very confident with who I am. I've been called every names in the book when you was in high school or with other men, but it didn't discourage me to understand that I am the goddess that God created me to be. I am the goddess that the universe, my ancestors, my spirit team have created me to be, and they're very proud of me. And like I said, I don't think that anyone can come against me. And I'm not going to say it like that because if you come against me, it's like a warfare. Because I'm very big with the spiritual world. I'm very big. I don't do no black magic. I don't do no voodoo. I don't do none of that stuff. I'm strictly angelic. Everything angelic. But when it comes to my ancestors, my angels, they protect me very heavy. So I give back. I love others. I like to see people happy. I do. I don't take more of myself that in order to make people feel happy, but I like to heal and make people feel happy. That's part of who the biggest, the baddest. I can walk into any room and I can take over.
That was a great message. And we running out of time. What I'm saying? But it was a great message. We can't get it all in one interview.
I know.
But I do want you to tell my audience where to find and follow you at so they can follow you more and follow your journey.
Follow me on Instagram, The Real West African Doll. Yes, I am the only West African doll, the realest. Follow me. And on Facebook, my original name is Tahi Bumbo. That is my original name. And Tahi is a dialect name. It means beautiful in my dialect. It's my father's dialect. Tahi is my grandmother's name for my father. Yes, follow me on Facebook, Tahi Bumbo. And please, when you get on there, follow all of my businesses too. Support me and I'll follow back as well. I really appreciate all of my followers. I appreciate all of my fans. I appreciate everyone who supports me on the daily aspect, who I come in contact with, who actually enjoys my spirit. I appreciate you.
That part. Well, America, if you heard exactly what I heard tonight, you will follow her. And I'm glad to have her a part of 1 Hour Talk with Mazee. This has been a dope interview. I'm your favorite host in the world, Maserati Santana. Make sure you find and follow me. If you are not following me already, make sure you do that. And you already know my slogan, man. Until next time, love, peace, and happiness.
Bye.
We out.